Hi everyone, so this is dead impromptu, but I just wanted to come on to kind of talk about something this morning. And what I wanted to talk about is movement. So I have just taught a class in my VIP studio this morning called Morning Movement, and I called it that because I don't think that we should always have to give workout labels. So this morning's class was about moving the body in a way that feels good. It wasn't yoga, it wasn't Pilates, it wasn't conditioning, we weren't jumping up and down. It was just movement, and I think sometimes we overcomplicate movement, and that's why quite often I'll always call something movement instead of exercise. When we're putting labels on exercise, when we're calling exercise a certain thing, it can put a lot of pressure on the body, when at the end of the day all we really need to focus on is moving the body in a way that feels good for us, in a way that's going to get maybe our heart rate up, in a way that's just going to get the body moving and feeling good. So stop putting labels on exercise. As long as you are moving your body, that is all that matters. And as I posted last week, that could be that you're dancing around the room with a hoover, it could mean that you're going for a walk, it could mean that you're running around the house, but we need to stop just putting so much pressure on ourselves when it comes to movement, because that's all it is. Exercise is just movement. So whether you like running, whether you like walking, lifting weights, doing HIIT, doing yoga, then you find your thing, but try not to label it. Try not to say with diets, don't label stuff. Just do whatever feels good for you. Just do whatever feels right for your body, and just move yourself in a way that feels good. And that's what my class was this morning that I taught in the VIP studio. It was all about movement. We've done a bit of everything. The class was a bit of everything, but it's just about getting the body moving. Quite often when we're new to exercise or we're wanting to start something, we put so much pressure on ourselves to do a certain type of exercise, to label the exercise, to say I'm doing this type of thing today, when really all we should be focusing on is just moving the body in a way that feels good. And if we're not used to exercising, any form of movement is going to be better than sitting around doing nothing. So I suppose my point is to just stop putting pressure on yourself when it comes to exercise. Move the body in a way that feels good, whatever feels right for you. Don't worry what anyone else is doing. Stay in your own lane. Stop comparing your workouts or your movement to other people, and just do what feels right for you. There's so much out there now, there's so many fads, there's so many trends. There's do this, don't do that, do this, don't do that, and it can get really, really confusing, and it can be really overwhelming as well, especially if you're not used to it or you're beginning to exercise, where to start. What I say to people is just start where it feels good. Just start, whether that means you're dancing around with the hoover, whether that means you're walking to the shop instead of taking the car. Just move the body. Every day you've got an opportunity to move the body. And we need to just start honouring that, and not seeing exercise as a chore, and seeing movement as something. It's not a chore, it's not a punishment. It's a celebration of what your body can do. Movement, we are celebrating the fact that our bodies can move. We're not punishing our bodies for doing something. So that's what I want you to do with movement, is to celebrate your body, to celebrate what it can do. Don't worry what it can't do, and just move in a way that feels good for you, and stop worrying about what everyone else is doing, because it really doesn't matter, because I can guarantee they don't care about you. So focus on your movement, stay in your own lane. Do what feels good for you. Do movement that makes you smile, something that is going to make you want to get up and do it, and not something that you're absolutely dreading. If you hate running, then don't do it. It's that simple. You don't need to do it because so-and-so down the road, you've seen them running. If you hate doing burpees, then just don't do them, because we need to find enjoyment, and especially now we need to get as much enjoyment out of life as we can. So my biggest thing is just to move your body and to stop putting so much pressure on it. And I just wanted to come on with that little rant about movement, because it just come to me as I was teaching my class this morning, and I was like, yeah, that's all it's really about, is movement, isn't it? So I'd love to know what your favourite type of movement is, what you like to do, and the movement that makes you feel good. So make sure you comment and let me know under this video. But I'm going to go because I can hear my stomach rumbling, and I need some food. Happy Friday!